Hello, everyone. This is Bitch Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Tuesday. So, we're here with our favorite social media guru, Miss Terry Johnson, online all the way from New York City. I'm Terralina from California. We real estate entrepreneur, tech diva, my partner, and we wish her well in her endeavors today. And we just want to say welcome to the program. We're getting ready to talk about your content to get you more customers. So
Yep.
come on and lean in and let's find out what's exciting today. How you doing today, Terry?
I am doing well today. I'm doing
All is
well. Yeah, it's a good day. The sun is shining. We're here on another Tuesday chat.
well.
Can everybody hear me fine? I feel like my
I can hear
sound.
you. I can
Okay.
hear you. Let me turn my sound down. That's probably what the problem is because my
No, no, no. I feel like I'm
my
in a
sound was
bubble.
full blast, girl. You're probably
Let
getting an
me
echo.
check. No, I'm just checking to make sure I got the right microphone on. I was just like,
Okay.
it just felt weird for a minute. That could just
No,
be
I
me.
can hear you clearly.
Okay. As long
Hey,
as you guys can hear me clearly,
yes,
it's
ma'am.
okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday's Marketing Chat. I'm Terry Johnson, digital marketing strategist. Like Carolina said, we're here to talk about digital marketing. And digital marketing includes social media marketing, branding, your website, SEO, email marketing, content marketing, all of the things that you need to do online to grow your business online, to run it, and to, we always talk about growing our audience that leads to having a community where you can grow your brand. All of
Hmm.
those things lead to you having more sales in your business. And that's really the end goal that you want to have is to, okay, I need to have more customers so I can sell more things. Well,
Hmm.
marketing helps you with that. So we're going to talk about
I
digital
like.
marketing. Yeah, so we're going to talk about digital marketing, which is everything that you do online. And it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff in digital marketing. There's a lot of things going on online. Um, the reason why we're talking about content curation, if you can see the title there, is
Mhm.
because Instagram has come up with some new tools, um, something called guides. I
Mm.
don't know if they're calling it Instagram guides or guides. And we talked a little bit about it on Friday, but I really wanted to go into in more depth today because I think it's a good tool to use. So we
Oh.
need to talk about guides is really you gathering information, posts from you and others on Instagram where you can share and become a brand authority. Remember we talked about that last week with brand authority, all of the things you need to do to get people to know, like, and trust you. Well, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of that has to do with content. The
Mm-hmm.
content you share, the
Mm-hmm.
content you display on your social media feeds. And oh, let me stop and say good morning to everybody. If you're here watching, I see some people watching. Let us know where you're from. Drop a note saying hi, what you need help with, all of those good things, because we're here to help. I mean, this is not a lecture or a discussion. It's really for us to help provide knowledge to business owners so you guys can make sense of everything that's going on online because it's a lot. I admit it's a lot for me. It's a lot. So we're going to talk about how you can instead of create. You always want to create original content, but sometimes you want to in the interest of saving time for yourself because you're a busy business owner, you got other things to do. You can't spend hours and hours creating original content, but you can, I mean, easily with a live, like we're doing a live. So this is one way to make content in a small amount of time, and then you can have someone edit it into smaller
Mm.
bits, and you could put it in your schedule and share it during the week or what have you. But to supplement that kind of original content that you're making, you want to say, hey, let me use something I call OPC.
Mm-hmm.
um, so we got some spam in the comments we're going to ignore. Um, Not going to show that.
Okay.
And spam is everywhere. Spam is one of those you can't get away from it. You just kind of have to block it, like like karate moves, like hey. So, um, and that threw me a little bit. But I want to say welcome again, and to the live viewers, if you're here, let us know what's going on. Say hi, drop a note, where you're from, what's your question, your thought, your opinion. Also to the replay gang, we know that people watch this after, we're doing it live, but we know that a lot of people watch this on the replay. So I always say, hey, welcome to the replay gang. You could put in hashtag replay gang. You can say, hi, I'm here. Whatever you want to do, just drop it in the chat, because the chat is still live. Also, we asked you to, and I have a little graphic I want to put up to repost. We asked you to share. Sharing is caring. And why should you share this post where you're viewing or whatever platform you're on? Because we're on different platforms. It's because you want to share the knowledge that you're getting while you're watching with the people that follow you.
Okay, so what is this? Is this what you were talking about, pistachio?
That's spam. Yeah, we're just going to ignore that.
I'm trying to get it not to show.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring it up.
I know. But it won't let me delete it. Isn't that interesting?
It's fine. We're just gonna ignore it. We're just gonna ignore it. That's why I said it popped up, and I said, "Oh,
yeah."
So we're gonna leave that.
How strange. Go ahead.
No, that's what I was saying. There's spam and trolls everywhere. So this is one of the, and I'm glad this came up, because this is one of the things when you do live, you have to figure out, well, is that a comment that someone is, genuinely need help, or is that just a disruption? And that one is a disruption. So we decide not to show it. So we don't bring that up. All right. So welcome to the replay viewers. Please share this post live and replay. You could share on the replay. It doesn't matter if you're not live. It doesn't matter. Just share when you have a chance. Also, they're on different platforms. There's a way to show your reaction. So we invite you to do that. If you like it, love it, hearts, different platforms have different ways of showing appreciation. And if you're finding value, if you're liking what we're talking about today, we invite you to do that, because all of those things lead to engagement. And then the various platforms will say, hey, something's going on conversation wise. There's a good conversation going on. Let's boost this post. So that's what we want to have. We want to have that done. So thank you for doing that. Okay. So we did the welcome. And we're going to talk about let's talk about today's topic of grow your content curation. Grow your content curation. Now, this is one of the strategies in content marketing, and we talk about content marketing here a lot, because it's the fuel that drives the car. I love to use analogies, because that way you understand. You're like, well, content marketing, why do I need content? How does your car drive without gas? It doesn't. Right?
Yes.
Your car doesn't go anyway without gas, oil, all kind of things that it needs to go. But the main one is fuel. So content is the fuel for your online strategy, so you can get people to notice you, to like you, to follow you, engage with you. And the last thing is trust. Oh, sorry, guys. Something is in my eye. Whew, sorry. So we talk a lot about content, because content is very important. So one of those things that you can do, we talked about user-generated content. Remember I said UGC. We talked about that a few weeks ago. That's when you have your audience, they create content about your business, your products, your services, because they're happy with it. Or you set up a contest or something and say, hey, can you post about this product or service, and we'll feature you. So that's user generated content. But what I'm talking about now is content curation, and I like to call it OPC, other people's content, because you can share other people's content. That's why you see share buttons everywhere. There's a share button on every platform for every post that you have. because they want to encourage you. The platforms want to encourage you to share, because that is also how Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest, they all need content, your content, to fuel their car. So we want to get that. We want to get that straight. You are the fuel. Whenever there's a free platform, and even the paid ones, but you're paying, so you have a right to demand certain things. But if you're using a free platform like Facebook or whatever, you pretty much have to go by their terms of service, their rules. So that's why we have some things going on now where people are leaving to go to Parler and MeWe, and they're just really dramatic about the leaving, and I'm like, bye. There's so many platforms to talk to people and to share your content and follow the things that you like. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's like traveling. When you go, you could go any place you want. Well, not right now. I mean, some people are traveling. We're not going to talk about the Thanksgiving travel thing that's going on this week, but
people making individual choices.
Yes. So people making individual choices. They're traveling. But when I talk about traveling, I talk pre-pandemic, because that's when you could go wherever you wanted to. All you had to do was book a flight, a hotel, rental car, whatever, or use a travel agent or whatever, and you were free to go where you want. So this is what's happening now. Mm-hmm. Hey, Cecilia. This is what's happening now. You're free to go wherever you like. So I don't see the problem with it. I really don't. I see a lot of people going about Parler and MeWe. I had a MeWe account. I have a MeWe account. I've had it for several years before MeWe was a thing, because it's been out since 2012.
Okay, I believe. With them.
Yeah, MeWe, MEWE. Let me type that in. That's one of the others that people are flocking to.
MeWe. Okay.
Yeah. So that's MEWE, MeWe. So that's another platform that has risen in popularity in the last couple of weeks because of the election, and because people feel like the major platforms, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, are suppressing their voice. So they're free to go wherever they like. But I'm going to tell you,
as are we all.
Yeah, and we're free to stay. I'm free to stay and like Facebook. Mm-hmm. I'm free to stay on Facebook. I may not like it. I really don't. But Facebook is the Death Star. It's the biggest thing. It has all of the tools. It's where people are hanging out. So if you're a business owner, you want to be where people are hanging out, right? Because you
over that Death Star thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's my Star Wars contribution.
Commentary. Okay.
Because I mean, Star Wars is an old movie. It's the first one. I'm talking about the first one. They've got like 20 movies, but the first one that came in like 1976 or something. I can't remember the date.
The only one I saw, but okay.
Right. And what in the original Star Wars, which is now, instead of being Star Wars #1, is Star Wars #3 or something, because of the so many. There's so many Star Wars movies that it changes the trilogy, and it's a whole series. But the first one, everybody pretty much knows, like there was a big Death Star, and Luke Skywalker had to go and blow it up or something. But it was this thing that was there, and it was just like it was just there. So that's why I always say Facebook, it's the thing that you have to use, but you don't like it. You don't have to like it, but that's where everybody is.
It's so like utility companies. There's only one, and you have no choice.
Well, see, let's talk about, and I've said this a couple times before, because we had MySpace, we had FriendFeed, we had Friendster, we had this, that, and the other. So each platform has its heyday. Heyday means it's time to shine in the sun when it's the most popular thing, the flavor of the month. So Facebook is that right now, and it's been many, many years. And I feel like Facebook is going to be around for many more years, but there'll be something to come along. And TikTok is one of those things that's coming along to steal some of the shine. So that's what I mean by you're free to go wherever you want to go. Okay. So Gen Z, they love Snapchat and TikTok. And Instagram a little, but they don't like Facebook. The older generation, I would say 40 and up, or maybe 50 and up right now.
You call
I'm
them the
not
older
sure.
generation? Go ahead.
Well, compared to
Teenagers.
advertisers. When I say
Yeah.
this, I'm not saying old people. I'm
I know.
saying
I just
advertisers.
thought that was interesting. That
In
because,
advertising, yeah, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say because I just saw a news report where they said that the children that are born during this pandemic will live to be at least 103, 104.
I
And
believe that. I
so
believe that.
40 compared to what? Yeah, go ahead.
I believe that. I believe the
I just
children.
so
I
many.
believe the children. I believe the children born today will live to be 100, because we have a lot of people that right now you hear a lot of people, oh, they were 104 when they died. I mean, right now.
Yeah.
So it's not out of the realm of, okay, that's impossible, because technology is progressing fast. Biomedics, I read something the other day about they're doing some oxygen therapy thing that's supposed to make your body younger inside, like your
Okay.
organs and stuff. Like it's supposed to make your insides younger. Like if you're 60, it'll make your insides go back to 40, stuff like that. I mean,
that. Where's that theory? No.
no, I'm gonna find it when I mean, I read so much stuff, guys. I'm sorry, I read so much stuff because because of content curation. I'm gonna get into that, but I was just saying that everybody's free to go where they want to go. So let's talk about this content curation thing. What is it? I got a definition for you.
Okay.
So let me pull up my notes. I thought I had turned on my never sleep, but I didn't approve it, so that's why. Like I told it not to go to sleep, my phone.
Oh,
Because, you put it down, that's it.
Yes.
Okay, now my screen is too dark, guys. Hold on. Like, it's all the way to black. I can't read it. All right, so I have a definition for content curation, because I always like to define these things. You might not know what content curation is. Content curation consists of finding material relevant to your audience from a variety of sources and sharing it strategically through your communication channels. Let's make it simple, because see, that's the definition, like the technical definition. But it's just sharing the content from others similar to you on social media. And this is where you're showing, and this is as a business owner, or you're just a content creator, you're making it less about you and you're putting a spotlight on others great content that's relevant to your niche. See, that's the key. It has to be relevant to your topic, your industry, your niche, what you're talking about. So that's like me, I wouldn't share stuff about golf. If I'm talking about digital marketing, I share stuff that is digital marketing business related, anything that has to do with my niche. Like someone in jewelry, a jewelry maker or a jewelry creator, they make custom made jewelry. They would share stuff about the jewelry industry, fashion, and also fashion, because as accessories, as a part of fashion, accessories. So you would do that. You would share adjacent to your niche, in your niche, or adjacent, which means it's kind of fits in, like I just said, the jewelry and fashion. Like you could talk about fashion because jewelry is a part of fashion.
Okay, now I'm gonna put this up and you tell me if this is right.
Okay.
Sharing stuff that you like, that you think your audience will like.
Yes. And the sharing stuff is not your stuff. It's other, like I said OPC, other people, OPC, other people's content.
So we're talking about sharing. Let's see if I can edit this.
Yeah. So you're sharing stuff, and it's other people's content that you think your audience will like. And it's not sharing of links. Now, sharing a link, on Twitter, you say, hey, check out this link about gold custom jewelry, whatever, and you put a link. That's curation in a smaller part, but curation is a collection of all. You say, hey, this is what happened with what's going on with custom made jewelry this week, and then you share different links from different places, different sources, and you curate them into one thing. Think museum. What does a museum do? Does a museum? They will if if they're based on modern art, everything in the collection is based on modern art, but by different artists.
Gotcha.
And so, and we have the Smithsonian has a African, not African. They do have an African American museum. I'll bring that up. And all the artifacts and art and everything is relevant to the African American culture and experience. There is a museum for the American Indian,
Native Americans.
Native American. And when you go to that museum, it's a great museum, by the way. I've been there a couple of times. It's great. Really? They have a section in there. A rotunda is round, and when you do a 360-degree, it's different tribes and their, I don't want to call it outfit because it is something else. It's their native costume. It's their native wear for each tribe. And it's a very striking experience. They even have, like when you go there, they have someone doing the drums and the whole dance and the chant. It's a moving experience. But all of that,
I would be interested to see that because
when they open,
I am a part Blackfoot, so I would be interested.
Oh, okay. So there's one in New York, and I believe there's one in Washington. But I'm talking about the one in New York that we went to. It was very moving. It's very moving. So if anybody gets a chance, once New York opens up and the museums open up, and you go, hey, I'm going to go to the it's the Native American. There's a long name for it, but it's the Smithsonian Native American Museum. Is downtown. I think it's on Bowling Green. Bowling Green. Because there's two. That's what I'm making a reference. There's two. There's one in New York and there's one in Washington, D.C.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah. But it was they have the artifacts, they have the pottery, they have the masks, they have everything on all the tribes in America. So, it's definitely, so I'm being part travel agent today. Because we were talking about travel. But, I mean, this is it. You're just curating, you're gathering information that you're going to have to gather, and it has to be curated, collated into a theme, an industry, a niche. Nazim, hey. Nazim said the one in New York is front of the MoMA, if I remember correctly. No, this one is on Bowling Green. This one's all the way downtown. Because this is the Smithsonian one. I think there's more than one. The Smithsonian one is all the way downtown, like way down Bowling Green. Bowling Green is way down, like Wall Street. Mm-hmm. And MoMA's further uptown. And there's more. There's probably Nazim. There's probably more than one. So, but I'm talking about the Smithsonian. There's a Smithsonian one. It's very. I mean, wow! It's breathtaking. So if you get a chance to go see it. So, but the museums, New York City is full of museums. There's a Guggenheim, there's the Whitney. They're all different. They all curate around a niche in art, and there's different niches. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying I want you to think about museums, because there's someone called a museum curator, which is the person that decides the pieces that go in the museum based on the theme of the museum. So this is what content curation is. You're gathering links and content and information from other people that center around a theme, a niche, an industry. Hey, now I was just about to say, we haven't seen you in a minute.
Seen you. Yeah, how's it going over there?
Yeah, we miss you, Nazim.
And we heard they had a surge, so we hope all is well with you.
Yeah, and tell your wife hello. Mm-hmm. Betty, I believe, right? Nazim's wife's name is Betty, and she's in the fashion industry somewhat. Yes. A makeup artist, she's right? I think you said. Yes.
Right. And they're over in Italy, so we just wish you well.
Right. So see, like if Nazim's wife is going to do like a newsletter, and this is where it fits in content curation. We talked about this a few weeks ago about newsletters on the rise. Newsletters are on the rise, but they're centered around a certain niche or topic, which is they're curated. The person that makes the newsletter, and that could be you could say, okay, what happened in makeup with makeup artists or makeup and fashion this week. The most important things, the most important content that's well written that would get the attention, that will keep the audience attention. Those are the things you curate, and you would do maybe 5 to 10 items. You wouldn't bombard them with 50. You would want to keep the list short and sweet, but it will put out the most important uh, topics or most important content for the week on that niche. Okay, so we get that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Nazim says, been super busy. We're all good but locked indoors. And Betty, yes, Betty.
Can I plug her newsletter? Yes, by all means.
Does she have one? I didn't know she had one. Plug it. Yeah. Type it in the content. We'll show it on screen. I have no problem with that. And I was just see how my mind. I was like, if she had a newsletter based on her industry, what's the most important thing for the week? And you can do these on Monday or Friday. It's up to you. But you know, you set a date when you want to do it. Friday's good because you can do Monday through Friday. That's just a suggestion, but you could do anything. It's just that you're saying, hey, this is the most important stuff that happened in our business, our industry for this week. Okay, let's put that up.
Okay, so right now, Terry, because everybody's trying to figure it out from home. You know what I mean? Like if she has any tips, I'm going over there today to see what's going on, girl.
And see, I love that. It's the makeuptherapy.com. I love that that domain name is it's a mouthful, but you can say it. You can say it, and if someone and you can spell right, because if when we turn this into a podcast, there won't be any visuals. So if I say, hey, go to the makeuptherapy.com, that is pretty much you know, you can, your mind will go, oh, the makeuptherapy.com, and it's not a whole long thing. And he says she sends out tips monthly, free, no sales. See, I'm glad you mentioned that, Nazim, that she sends this out monthly, free, no sales, because what's happening now with newsletters is people are sending out a free version of, and I said, now you're going to send out maybe five tips, 6 tips, 7, something small like that. And then what people are doing, if you want more, or you want exclusive, or you want VIP information, join the Makeup Therapy Pro or the Makeup Therapy VIP section. Now that is where you can charge. And I've seen people do newsletters, $3 a month. Think Patreon prices, like $3 a month, $5 a month, something like that. So a lot of news sites are doing this, like the Business Insider. That's a good one. I follow that a lot. And I get frustrated because I will see it on Twitter and I will click on the link and it goes to their Business Insider Pro, which you have to pay, I think it's like $7 a month or whatever. So I mean, I'm like, I don't like you that much, Business Insider, but I do like you. So I would watch your free stuff. But see, that's what a lot of, and especially a lot of news organizations are doing that. The New York Times does it. The Washington Post does it. All the big newspapers do that.
They will tease you with an article you want to see, and then you click on it and it says, but you got to pay for this one. I'm like, now, oh, man.
Yeah. Now, here's a good example. I like the Wall Street Journal. And anytime I've trained myself now, when I see a Wall Street Journal link to an article, I don't click it. Why? Because you can't read it. You have to join the Wall Street. They have no free information. Nothing. I mean, until, you have to buy the newspaper or subscribe to them online.
Yes. Now, I tell you what's really nice, Nazim, your wife's newsletter is in Italian and it's in English.
Ooh, very, very love that strategy.
Wise woman. It says how to wear makeup when the skin is mature. I love that language. She's got some great stuff over here, guys. Please follow her.
You know what? I'm gonna pull it up.
It's a nice site, and it's clear, it's clean. This is a great example of how to put together a nice presentation. Did you have
Carolina,
something
you show yours because my screen is black. I set my thing to black so
Okay,
everything
let
comes
me.
up black. So do the share screen,
Yeah,
and we'll
let me.
take a,
Yeah,
yeah, let's take a look.
I'll
But
bring it up.
no,
Keep
go ahead,
talking.
go ahead. Yeah,
Keep
I
talking.
will. So I mean, I love that it comes up and see that's not a hard thing to do, especially if you're doing a website in another language to have it come up with it, and there's code that lets people know that okay, this browser is in America, this browser's in Europe, or this browser's in Italy, because there's code in the browser that knows what country and what language. So you can do that easily. And I love that she did that because most of the time, if she did it in Italian, that would be great. But then, if we want to read it, I would go, okay, I think I might have to put Google Translate on or something like that. But it's good to do that because you are serving your audience, and your audience is
Is this the
speak
same?
Italian, the other audience speaks English or whatever language, and you're satisfying both of them. So Nazim says she is also doing free sessions tied up with a charity for women who suffer female violence. See this, she's on it. Nazim, Betty's on it. And then she says English session. He says English session starting soon. See this is where you serving your audience. I love that. I love that she's got things going on for charity work or empowering women or helping women or helping out a community, focusing on the things that are going on that in that community where we need help. That's what you want to do. So it's great. I love that. So see, you have both. It's you don't have to be limited by, say, if you're in another country and you say, well, I want people English speakers to read this. You can do that.
His wife
It's
is
easy to
still
do.
there.
I love it. Scroll to the bottom. Nadim said the newsletters to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
See, I love that she's doing stuff like how to look best during conference calls. Because see, that's what's important to what you have to say. If her audience is women of a certain age or whatever, she has to say, what are the things that are bothering them? What are the problems they're having? Well, everybody's working from home, so you want to look good on camera. So bam, there she has it.
And then this is the part about registering for a free online session. It
Mm-hmm.
says this initiative is in support of CADMI, CADMI, a very
Mm-hmm.
active anti-violence center in Milan, which since 1988 has provided assistance to over 25,000 women that suffer from domestic abuse.
Love it.
So she's got a cause. And then welcome to it's the makeup therapy.
Yeah.
If you put in makeup therapy, you're going to get a different site.
No, I like that it has the. Because that's to clarify. It's not just makeup therapy is a topic, but when you're talking about, okay, I'm going to start my website, you do the makeup therapy. That's more of a clarifier. The makeup, okay, it's the makeup therapy. So I love that.
Talks about who she is.
Nazim says she is a powerhouse. That is why I got dragged out of Miami. LOL. I love that, Nazim. I love that. So I mean, I think this is wonderful. This is great.
Did a great job on this site. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
the
nice
makeup
clean,
therapy.
Easy to understand.
Yeah, you don't have to have flying things and stuff, moving and jumping. Simple is best. Simple is best. Also, you want to serve everybody that you can. So she knows, hey, this is in Italian, but I'm serving people who speak English. If you want to do another language, you could. It's easy to do. And it's like you're making it easy for the audience to join you.
Exactly.
When you remove the barriers. So I love that. Wonderful. So we're going to check out the makeuptherapy.com. Uh-oh,
what?
No, I thought I closed the browser.
No, you didn't.
No. Because I'm scrolling to look for there it is. I'm scrolling to look for this for the domain, the URL, so people can go and see it. So I
over here in the banners.
Yeah. So I was like, I closed. And that is like my nightmare. Like I'm talking and I click on something accidentally.
I know. I taken myself out of the studio by accident several times. Back
And Nazim said, "Thank you, girls. Wow, great review of the site. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. She's doing everything.
it's really great. And if you're in the makeup industry, it's some content that you'd want to share with people to let them know, that this is going on.
Yeah, keep going. I love it. I love it when I see stuff. I see people doing the strategy is on point. Their site is on point. The content is on point. It's just up. It's just up from here, Nazim. It's just up from here.
Thank you.
I love it. Thank you for sharing that with us. I love it. All right, so let's get back to content. Well, that was a good example. Yes, that's a great example. But I want to, talk more about what it involves, what content curation involves, because there's some work in this. It's not. There's always work with content. It's always work with content. But I want you to think about these three things. You have to plan for topics your audience loves.
Oh, wait a minute. I got to get my pencil out. Hold on.
Okay.
I got to take some notes. Okay.
So you got to plan. Yeah. Planning topics your audience loves. And you know this because it's your topic. You're involved with it. You're the expert, so to speak. So you know everything. So in the case of Betty, she knows everything about makeup therapy. So she would plan topics her audience loves, like the article about your makeup for conference calls. That's something that's relevant, important. That's what people are also searching for. That women are also searching for that. All right, so and that leads into searching for content from others. This is for, she wanted to say, put a more rounded newsletter together, which includes her content and others. You want to search for content from others that ties into your topics and your audience interests. It's always about the audience interest. Like I said earlier, I wouldn't post about golf and stuff because that's not my audience. I'm not a golf expert. I'm not interested in it. So I would never share that. So you want to share things that your audience is interested in. Because otherwise you're going, well, I'm sharing this stuff and nobody's interested in it. So you need to find stuff.
The other thing too is, are you going to be consistent if you're not interested in it yourself?
Yes, there always had to be a level of consistency, always, in anything you're doing online. Okay, it had to be consistent. Once you drop the ball and stop doing it or whatever, that's when people are like, well, you haven't posted anything or you haven't shared anything. All right, so this is the third one: sharing only the best information you find on your social networks for your audience to discover. Now, this is what I was saying earlier about when you're doing content curation and you're making a newsletter, or you're curating on your website, wherever it is. You don't want to have 50 things, because a lot of stuff, especially with digital marketing and social media, there's a lot of things that happen during the week because there's so many platforms. There's news going on. This one does an update. That one does an update. So I'm not going to share everything that happened this week. I'm going to say, well, what's the most important thing, the top 5 or the top 7, whatever number you pick, the top 10, whatever. This is what happened during the week, and this is important. So you're not going to share everything because you have to curate. You have to gather. Curate means gather. You have to gather this thing. So I'm also going to talk about some ways, you're going to do that, some tools and stuff to find this information. All right. So, because there's so many, you don't want to share everything because there's so many social networks. There's so many news sources. There's so many RSS feed, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. It's emails, infographics, articles. It's all like, we said earlier, there's so many platforms to go on. You don't have to stay on Facebook. You can go wherever you like.
Or you can have your own website.
Yeah. And Nazim says, guess who built the site? LOL. I know you built that.
It's great.
Good job.
Good job, Nazim.
It's classical is the word I'm thinking. It's very classical. I could tell like a very classic, clean, very to the point site. And that's what you want. You don't want a bunch of frou and this thing, You don't want to confuse your audience. You want to get right to the point, but you want to have it's very classical. It's very classic in
We
an
like
Italian kind of way. I get that feel that you went for. I get it. Um, so when you're deciding what I need to gather, what kind of information, ask yourself, is this the right content for my audience?
Ah,
So again, topical, niche related, industry related, or adjacent. Like I said about the jewelry and fashion, because accessories is a part of fashion, so you can kind of talk about fashion if you're into custom made jewelry. You can, there are things you can do. So you got two topics, two niches you can get information from, the well of information. Okay. And why do you want to do this? Why do you want to curate content? I said earlier, because it takes a lot of time to create original content. So you don't have a lot of time. There's only so many hours in the day. So you go, well, and it's not cheating because you're using other people, you're sharing. That's what the whole idea of the internet and social media was, sharing. That's why the internet was created, to share links, to share information. So if you see a post and there's a share button, that's what it's for. If you see a post that says there's a link you can copy, you copy the link and then you include it in your content curation newsletter or web page, or however you're sharing it. Because there's more than one way to share this information. I'm going to get to that, which is why we're talking to. All right, let me looking at the time. Yes. I don't want to go over.
We got 15 minutes.
Okay, so I think I can fit that in. So, but the idea is why you curate content is because the more you curate content, the more you're exposing your audience to new topics, conversations, and points of view around your business, your niche, your industry, your topic, whatever that relevant topic that you're talking about. So it's a way to get more eyeballs, more people to come and follow you and say, hey, you're talking about something that I like, this topic, and I like the information, and I can trust it. And it's like, okay, I can follow you because you're putting it out consistently. Remember, consistency is always a part of whatever you're doing online, your digital marketing strategy. Consistency. You can't leave that ingredient out. All right. So I'm sorry, my notes are out of order. Okay, so one thing I do want to make sure that we know, that you want to share quality content. That's the key. Quality content. You want to be consistent. You want to have sources that are reliable and authentic, and they have a sense of authority to them. You don't want to just share anything. You have to look at it and read it first. Don't just, and always on social media when you're sharing links, I always do this. I always look at the link before I share it. And Twitter is doing something now where they ask you, you want to share this, you haven't read it. So this is one of the things. You have to now read the link, the article, and then you decide to share it, because it has to be something that is relevant. It has to be not fake. It has to be real news. It has to make sense. It has to come from a trusted authority site, right?
Yes.
It has to be a reputable source. That's what I was thinking about. It has to be reputable. It can't be some fly-by-night article, because there's a lot of fake information out there. So you want to be careful. We're dealing with that now, with what's going on political wise.
Help us.
So now how do we implement this into our own marketing strategy? How do we curate? Because the first thing you'll need to do is locate and find information worth sharing. So that's a part of it. You have to look at reputable sources, trustworthy authority sites that you've read, you've done the due diligence. This makes sense. It's not fake news. You're not sharing something that is not correct. Okay? That's one thing. Now, this will it depends on how you set it up. This can take up a lot of time, or it can take up a little bit of your time, but it's deciding on how you're doing it. So you want to read and research all your industry niche sites and look for the best content out of those sites, and you're going to pick the top content, top quality content that says, my audience is going to like this, or this is something they definitely need to know. And you're going to keep it 5, 10 things. Like I said, you're not going to do 20 things because that's overwhelmed. All right. And then it's more work for you. So this is some of the tools you can use to curate your content. One of them is an RSS reader. And now I'm going to explain RSS. It's really simple syndication. It's just a coding way that websites can put links to their articles, and something called an RSS reader can pick it up. So instead of you going to the website, you use this reader and you set it up to say, go find me stuff on jewelry, go find me stuff on fashion, go find me stuff. It's by topics, and you know the topics in your industry. One thing that I use is, and I use this a lot, it's called Feedly. Let me type this in so you guys can see. Feedly. Oh, hold on. Feedly. And let's pull that up. Feedly. 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 Got it? Okay, I'm going to take it off the screen. So Feedly, that is a website that you go and set up. It's a free version and a paid version. Like I said, everything now is a free and a paid. The free version works well for what you want to do with content curation. You set it up by, okay, so I'll give an example. Mine is digital marketing, social media, SEO, website, branding, business, email, different things that I want to categorize. I set up those as categories. And then the websites that I know talk about that category, I put them in that category. There's a plus. You type in the website and it says what category, and you put it in the category. Okay. This is good because you don't have to go to 50 sites. You go to Feedly. Feedly goes to the 50 sites, brings the information back, and you read it inside of Feedly. Now, what is that? Feedly has an app. I use the app. I use Feedly.com. It's all free. Now, once you set it up, whether you set it up on the app or the desktop, it doesn't matter. But you go to it during, like, I'll wake up and I'll say, okay, I'll turn my computer on. Like, what do I need to watch or look at? I go to my Feedly and I say, oh, and it brings me the most relevant articles from all those websites that I put in. So you would put in your Feedly, like Terralina, you would set yours up to look for fabric sites, fashion, you know what I'm saying? You would do fabric, fashion, accessories, things like that. Yeah. And you know the websites where to get that information from. So you type in the website and you just click the plus sign and it goes into the category that you set up. And once you do, you only set it up one time, because the next day you'll go to Feedly.com and all the new stuff will be there automatically. All the new articles. So you don't have to go and hunt for it. You just set it up one time. So that's Feedly. Does everybody get that? Because I want you. And Nazim says, a lot to learn in this session. Love it. You're welcome. You're welcome. So I want everybody to get Feedly. Okay, Feedly. There are other RSS readers programs, but I use Feedly. If you want to use another one, it's fine. But I find Feedly to be easy to use. Also, you can have automatic sharing of articles to your social media, but that's the pro version. So you have to pay the monthly fee for that. But I don't want to do that. I just want to have the information gathered in one spot. And it's like a newspaper. I just open it up every day and everything I need is right there every day. Okay. And then it updates. I'm not sure how often it updates. I think every day, or it might be every 12 hours. You can get an RSS feed that will do hourly or whatever, but you have to pay for that. I'm not sure of the time limit for Feedly because I didn't really care, but that might be something that you care about. So I go to that. I go to Feedly and it pulls up the most relevant information from those websites, and I go, oh, Snapchat did this, or Facebook is doing that, or oh, Instagram did this update. So the articles come from the people that that write on these websites. Does that make sense? I want everybody to get that.
Yep. Cecilia says, thanks for info on Feedly. She never heard of it.
Yeah. It's been out for a while. I've been using it. So try it out. You set it up your categories for your business and your topic or your niche. You know those categories. Like I just said for mine would be social media marketing, SEO, website. So I have my categories set up like that. Wonder if I could show mine real quick. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can. I know we're running out of time. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. I might have to log in. It's the website still loading, and we might not have time for this. Let me let that load, and I'll come back. So I want to talk. So I talked about the tools to use. One was Feedly. It's an RSS reader. You can find other readers. It's a RSS reader, and let me type that in so you guys can know. But Feedly is the easiest reader. And it's just software that goes and picks up websites and brings the information. RSS, and it's supposed to be capital R and capital SS, but I'm like,
I got it.
I'm trying to hurry, so
I can do that. Go ahead.
Typo. So, okay. So the next thing, Google Alerts. I think I've mentioned this before. No, I talked about Google Trends. Google Trends is one to use, but also Google Alerts. You sign up for topics that you need information on, and it comes in the email. So now the RSS reader is something that you set up and you go to the website. But the Google Alerts, you can set up on any topic, any niche, industry, or whatever. You go and you type in what it is, and you set it up, and it comes to your email. And you can set it up it comes once a day on whatever time you set it. You can set it to come in the morning, in the evening, at night, whatever time you set it up. Google Alerts. Yes. Put that on the screen. Yeah. Google Alerts. If you haven't heard of that one, that's Google is free, easy to use. Now, another one, Twitter. Now, I talk about Twitter all the time. I love it because it's a source of information. Now, Twitter, there's some not so good things about Twitter. We're not going to talk about that, but there are some good. It's a good business tool because you'll be able to find current, topical, up to the minute, breaking news. Anything that anybody's talking about that's relevant. It's a good search tool. So you can use Twitter and just go and search for what you want to look for. Now, this you have to do, whenever you decide that you're looking for information. It's not an automatic thing that comes to you. But Twitter is good. Twitter is good for that. And another one is Facebook groups. You know about that. Groups are based on topics, and you go join the custom making jewelry group, or you go join the fashion group, the fashion bloggers, or this. And how do you find the groups? Go to Facebook and search. They've improved their search feature, so you should be able to find whatever it is that you need to find. Facebook groups. And remember, Facebook is pushing groups hard. So there's going to be a group on a topic or a niche that you need. Now, another one, this is the new one. Instagram guides. And I want to show you this tweet. Hold on. It went to sleep. My little tabs go to sleep. So I'm going to share this real quick. Let's bring that. Okay, my screen is dark, so this is dark. That's why I was like, okay. But can you read that? It's from Adam Mosseri. He is he's not the creator. I think he's the CEO of Twitter or whatever. He's the head of Twitter. He says, you asked for it and it's happening. We're expanding our guides feature, meaning you can now curate and share products, places, and posts you love, no matter where you are. Let me see if I can get that image to show up for you there. So can you see that? We talked about this on Friday. You remember?
Yes.
If you watch. So this Instagram has something new where you can create and curate posts on Instagram about a topic. It can be your post. It can be other people's posts. Remember I said other people's content, and you put it into a guide. It's like you're creating a newsletter, a magazine on Instagram. I believe you can share it to your stories. You can share it to your feed. And guess what? This will bring you more attention on Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this is another way for you to when you gather your information, you can make a post on Instagram, you can share it to guys, you can add in more stuff from other authority people on Instagram, bloggers, content creators, influencers, brands, whatever that you want to highlight. Okay. Now, remember the thing about Instagram and Facebook, whenever they have a new tool, they're going to push it hard. That means you should use it because it's going to bring you up to the top and get the focus on you and your Instagram account and what you're doing in your business. And that is how you get more people in your audience, which, if you nurture it properly, you build the relationship and possibly at the end turn them into customers. All right, let me check the comments. Okay, I don't want to miss anything. All right, so I think that is it for my list. Oh, one more thing. You can sign up for other people's newsletters. That goes into what we were saying about with Nazeem's wife, Betty, that she has a newsletter. So if you're into that topic that she's into or whatever topic, there are other people that are writing newsletters about your topic. You can join their newsletter, see what they're sharing, and you could possibly not copy, but it's a source of information. You could say, oh, I didn't know that, but I read it on, and this is for me. I follow somebody named Nat Navarra. He's he's in the UK social media specialist or whatever. He puts together a newsletter and comes out on Fridays. I read it and I'm like, if I miss something, I will catch it through him, like any kind of breaking news.
Okay.
So you can join other people's newsletters. Okay.
Gotcha. All
right. So yeah. And I got my little pop up here in my way. So that's it. Those are your sources where you can get information, figure out how to curate content from those sources, put together the best of the best of the best, well-written, awesome posts that are going to get the attention. You're saying, wow, my audience is really going to love this. So you want to pick the best of the best, not everything, the best of the best. Mm-hmm. And you have to do that by the way that I just told you, the RSS feed, the Google Alerts, the Facebook group, Twitter, and the Instagram guides. Okay?
Wow.
Woo, we made it.
that was amazing. That was some really good information, Terry. I just want to thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Wow. I had a lot more, but I know we get to talking and I love it.
We can continue next week. You know what I'm saying? We can pick up where we left off about content curation because it's what marketing is all about. So with that, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in today. In addition, Cecilia says, wow, lots of information. Yeah, good information, Cecilia. Yeah. With that, I want to say, where can we find you online, T?
Well, let me put up my graphic because I got my graphic here. I didn't change it because I said last time I had some trouble with my Instagram account and I had to do a new one. Well, I got my old Instagram back, so I'm happy.
All right.
Right. So everything is Terry Johnson online. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter is WebGirlTJ. It's a long story. It's my oldest account. LinkedIn, and then the website is Terry Johnson Online.
There you go, guys. So if you're looking for Terry and for more information so that you can curate your knowledge regarding how to market online, check her out at all of those locations. In addition to that, if you know someone or if you're interested and haven't already done so and want to join the Biz Chicks community, you can text Biz to 33777. We'd love to have you be part of our community so that we can help promote you and also help you run a profitable business. It's fun to run. With that, we want to remind you to go to the front of your own line. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll be talking your money with Coach Karen. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. And also the replay viewers, don't forget, you can ask your questions, put your chat in. We're still going strong in the chat. The chat is live, okay? So thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.